Most people in modern societies are exposed daily to fragrance ingredients from one or more sources. Fragrance ingredients are also one of the most frequent causes of contact allergy reactions. That's what's according to patch test data. Therefore, patch testing is mandatory. However, do we patch test in the right way and the right substances? This is a question. And therefore, I think the clinical consequences are first, of course, in cosmetics you have a lot of chemicals which can cause an allergic reaction, not only fragrances. This is very important, and most of them are preservatives, what you see here, and also what you see here. This all is, and therefore one has to be very careful when a patient is coming with a problem of cosmetics, whether it's really the fragrance or other materials. Of course, all these preservatives are regulated. One can do a symposium just about that topic. I will not go into details. What is more important are the clinical relevance or consequences for the dermatologist, and of course they have to do a patch test with the mixture of fragrances ingredients as screening, and they have to use a fragrance mix 1 and fragrance mix 2. But what we see in daily practice, that a lot of dermatologists, at least in our country, if they see a 1+ reaction to fragrance mix 1 or fragrance mix 2, then they tell the patient you're allergic to fragrance, and that's the end of the story. They don't do further investigation, and they don't help the patient to learn, is that really a problem for me, and how can I deal with that problem in my daily life? And therefore, especially, they have to be aware when the dermatologist or the investigator loaded fin chamber, then the major problem are false positive reactions. And if you have a weak positive reaction, a 1+ to fragrance mix, either it's the fragrance mix 1 or the fragrance mix 2, it has to be carefully evaluated for clinical relevance, and of course additional patch tests with the ingredients is not only recommended, I think it's mandatory. It has to be done, and of course then one can think, in addition, testing the whole product and doing a repeated open application test to really confirm the relevance of a reaction in cases of doubt. I think that's very important to learn. So what we need is two things. We have to train our dermatologists to running the patch test business in an appropriate way, and the other thing is, of course, we want to know how or what is the problem in the general population with fragrances, and therefore we have to conduct a very carefully study, and that study cannot be done only by epidemiologists. It has to be done by people who really know the field, and a dermatologist, and therefore it was important that we do this patch test reading training in Malmö, and that only trained dermatologists are involved in that study. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure for me to be here, and I would like to thank you for giving me the chance, what is also here in that fragrance. And last but not least, this is the old bridge of Heidelberg. If you're coming to Heidelberg, stop over. You're always welcome in my department. Thank you very much for your attention.